So I got a new project going here. This weekend I went and did some downhill with this. I was running about 21 psi in the rear tire, and I pinch flatted. So I have a plug in it here. When I put air in it and got up to a certain pressure, it would spray out. So I'm going to take this out and put a patch on it. It's just not a good place to have a plug. It flexes a lot. This tire has a plug here as well. When I did that one, I did not have patches, and I think I used some Flex Seal or something to get it to seal. So I'm going to take this tire off, take a look at it. Alright, so I like to do this out here because there's going to be sealant in it. And it's nice to just wash it all away. Hummingbird buzzing me. Hey, hummingbird. Oh, there he goes. Hope you can see this. Oh, jeez. There we go. Levers make life easier. Just be careful not to damage your rim tape. This has a hard plastic in here. It's pretty solid. Also makes it hard to get off. Tight. Get the beads in the center channel. There we go. Watch your knuckles. Guess I see some stands going on in there. I really didn't know how much was left in this. That's the other reason I want to plug it. You can see wheel's pretty gross. Rinse this off before it gets dry. Got the tire off. Here's where I put the plug in there. It's really loose in there. You can slide it back and forth. All this old stands, I try to pick it out. It's kind of an old tire, so I'm not terribly worried about it. I'm going to replace this probably in the next few months anyway. So I was telling you about the plug I had here. This ended up being, I think, a car plug or a bicycle one that I quadrupled up over itself. And then I had some RTV sealant and I just sealed it. I also had a spot here in the side that it was leaking air out of. Put some of that on there and it sealed it. The tire was basically new at the time, and I ran out of rubber cement for putting a patch on. So what I have rubber cement and tire patches. These are automotive tire patches. You can get these at your automotive store. I also have this thing here. It's for putting in window screen because I'm a jack of all trades. I'm going to use this to get everything to seal once I get this down. Tire shops have something similar. It's rolls and it's but it'll work. So start off, we're going to scuff this tire up. Sandpaper would work here as well, probably a little better. We got some right here. Problem with this is it's leaving a residue in the tire. We want this clean. No worries. Got some rubbing alcohol here. You don't have to spend a ton on this. I just got some cheap stuff at the 99-cent store. Clean that off. So these two patches, I've got a big one here. It's way more than I need. Got this little one, about right. It's going to cover it. The cut is only, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 centimeters long. So basically we're going to put this down here. I'm going to go around here so I have a kind of an idea of how much glue I need. This is just a grease pencil. So rubber cement. And this would be a lot better video if I actually had rubber cement in this, but it seems like it was there. It's all dried up. But like I said, I'm a jack of all trades. I don't know about this. So what this is doing is actually vulcanizing the rubber. What that means, there's all sorts of scientific YouTube channels that you could learn all about vulcanization. I don't think you need this on both sides, but I did that anyway. It's like a contact, and then push this down all over, and it's not working. check that out. I think it was too dry. This is a wonderful video of how not to do things. So typically this would just peel up. And this is not going to work. No bueno. But this does work really good for getting off all that extra stickiness. It really did not do its job at vulcanizing the tire. It seems to stick to the patch pretty well, but it just did not work into the material of the tire. And usually it's a lot runnier. You can smell like an acetone type smell to it or something. So we're going to go to plan B. So I've got this patch here that's useless now. It's vulcanizing to itself. Sounds like my, never mind. Alrighty then. So plan B. What is plan B? So I have a tool for this somewhere, but you know that's somewhere, and this is here. So I've got this screwdriver. The point of that's been ground down. It works really good for taking the steering column of a Dodge pickup apart. I'm going to stick it down in here. I should have went the other direction. I'm actually going to do that. Because I want the big ball on the inside, because pressure is pushing out. And there it is. Try to poke a hole in the wrong spot. Go ahead and get this fixed and then make another hole. That'd be funny. This is the video of when you don't have rubber cement to vulcanize your patch. This RTV sealant works in a pinch. So, love the smell of RTV. Just put a lot of that crap on there. More of the. Alright, sorry about that. Battery died. Alright, so I got the RTV sealant on here. Smells great. It's like vinegary. Reminds me of the good old days and rebuilding engines. Alright, so to make this nice and smooth so air doesn't go through it, take your finger, spit on your finger. Your finger's wet. Smooth it all out. It's going to help fill in any voids around that plug. Just kind of make it so it sticks down there. Or like the rest inside there, help protect it. Probably not, but it's there now. Alright, now just let that dry for a little bit. This is high temp RTV silicone gasket maker. You can get this at your auto parts store. It works great to have on hand. Hello, it's a new day in quarantine paradise. I got a few minutes to look at this before I need to log in and start working for the day. You can see here the sealant has cured, still flexible. That's what we want. Flip this tire back the other way. I'm just going to leave the plug right there like that. It'll get mushed in. It'll be fine. It'll look like that later. Got all sorts of things going on with this tire. Come on. There we go. Get it shaped like a tire again. Alright, what I have here is a spray bottle. It's labeled with Jeremy's soap solution. It's just some detergent and water mixed together. You can make this in your own kitchen. So, I'm looking for direction on my rim. That's silly. Look for the direction of your tire. There's an arrow somewhere. It's elusive. I'm not seeing it. Direction. All right, it's right here. The arrow is pointing to my left. So, I like to look at this like it's on the bike. I want this to roll that direction. Make sure that arrow is going that direction. Set the wheel in there. Get on there. Get on there. This is probably where I should have started with the soap solution, because these Bontrager tires are a little more difficult than the Maxxis I'm used to dealing with. Make sure I'm in the channel all the way around. All right, there's that. All right, hopefully this is where you can see it. And take this soap solution, put it around on the bead here. This is just gonna help the tire get in place. You want to make sure it's just soap. You don't want any oils in that, because as you saw, I just sprayed it all over my rotor. You don't want oil on your rotor. And then just pull the tire down onto the bead. I like to find something round to put your tire on, or your wheel on. Trash cans work really good, the round ones, like the 35-gallon trash cans, or rubbish bins if you're in England. So I'm going to leave it like that. Alrighty, I'm back. So I've got here a big 32-ounce thing of orange seal. That is my preferred sealant. You may like something better. Some tires don't work well with other sealants. So check with your manufacturer. I go through stuff fast enough that the tire's not going to get too angry with whatever I use. I'm just going to pour a few ounces in here. Make sure you shake this stuff up. Getting water and soap on everything. That happens. And then just pull this over your bead. You may need a tool. You may find you can do it by hand. Typically, if you hold it by hand on one side, you can just do this and kind of hold it in place here. It's going to want to come undone, but this is usually where you screw up your rim tape. I'm a little, there we go, being a little rough because this has a pretty robust sleeve inside of it. All right, done. Soap solution, bead of the rim. If you don't have a bike or a wheel throwing stand at home, you should get one. If that's not possible, that's okay. I have a high volume air pump here. Come down here with me. Oops, there you go. And I can almost guarantee this won't set. I will have to probably charge up the air compressor. I left the Presto valve core out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. We're doing it. I'm amazed with myself. There it is. Oh yeah. So this is just a toe peak. What do they call it? Fat Joe or... Oh, it's a Joe Blow. Joe Blow. So I'm at 30 PSI. I'm going to stop there. Put my thumb over the valve. Get hit in the head by... Alright. Alrighty. So, if you didn't catch that, I just grabbed my Presto valve, stuck it in there. I had my thumb over this while I was in between. I still probably have about, I would guess somewhere around 20 PSI. Sealant's inside of it. I don't have a big mess anywhere. Well, take that back. My whole garage is a little messy, but I'll show you a trick. So I saw last night on a comment, oh, I'm at 15 pounds. See, this is why you never should trust your fingers when you gauge tire pressure. See how much slower the air goes in with the Presta valve in? I would never have gotten this filled up with that in. Alright, I'm at about 25 PSI. About 1.8 bar or something like that, if you're into the bars. Personally, I don't go to bars. Alright. So there it is. Let's find our repair seems to be holding. There's a little bubbles around it, but you know what? We've got sealant in this. It's gonna seal. One thing to look at, I saw somebody post on Facebook forum last night that their new tire was wobbly and they were going to send it back. What likely happened is all these tires have like a little ridge right where the bead is, and you should be able to look at that all the way around. It should be pretty even all the way around. I can hear something leaking here. So one thing about tires, pull you up here, hang on. Man, you got dirty. And one thing about these tires is you can't go to the bike shop, have them put these on, and then go home and let the bike sit for a week and expect it to work. You got to go out and ride these. If you don't ride it in the first day or two, you're going to lose the air, and then the bead's going to come off the rim. And then you'll have trouble at home reseating this. But I'm going to show you another trick I learned at the bike shop. Helps get things seated, and it's just fun to do. Right here, take it, spin it. I really don't know how much this helps, but it is fun, and it shakes the sealant around. Whee. And then work that sealant all around the beads. And this is the point you check your direction again and realize you did it the wrong way. Nope, we're good. Just kidding. And there you have it. And just put back on your rig and you are good to ride. Stay tuned for more informative how-to videos that you can see everywhere on YouTube. Ta!